Aloha, hello everybody, this is Alika, the Hawaiian Blanca, and welcome to another episode of the Whack-A-Mole Wednesdays. Hawaii is going to another freaking lockdown. It's going to be happening Wednesday night, Thursday morning for another 2 weeks that everything is going to be shut down. That includes going back to the original plan of what it was before, with everything being shut down, closed off, or being restricted to certain access of certain activities. Also including some of the dine-in restaurants and other establishments as well. Honestly, a lot of these rules that the Hawaii government are trying to implement for everybody during this pandemic time, especially with the re-lockdown of Hawaii. Some of it is pretty clear-cut and pretty simple to follow, and some people still want to be Karens about it. And there are some that were just borderline kind of confusing, like what Caldwell said on the news.
Go in the water to surf, paddle, swim, spearfish, gather limu, all of those different things, and fish, but you need to be in the water. And unfortunately, it's a very bright line because otherwise the police officers have to determine, are you really fishing?
So you could be in the act of fishing, but not really sure by the cop if you really are or not. So they have to go check, and they don't want you to sit down and thinking like, oh, I have to wait for a fish to bite my line, my bait, and then sit down in the sand and wait for it. And then they're just gonna assume that you're not really fishing and you're just chilling at the beach. I think that it's really fair that they should give everybody the benefit of the doubt. But if you see like a group of people, like they say, like what, can it be like 5 or more in one group? And that's where I would be the officer and be like, okay, hey, I don't have a problem with you guys fishing, but you guys gotta either split the group up or you guys gotta pack it up and all go, because you guys social group is getting too big past the allowed number of numbers. I just hope everybody just complies. Oh, sorry, officer. Okay, we'll just split up, or we won't power. We're just gonna go home pretty soon. We'll split up for now, and then we'll be power. We just go, and that'd be the end of it. So the whole point of this video was that I just wanted to talk about the laws and what is going on right now, and saying that I'm not going for only tourists. I'm also going for the locals who are not complying with what's going on right now. But I don't like to give up the idea that some people think that I'm discriminating only against Haoles, or that I'm only strictly in the favor of the local person as well. The first thing is all these Haole people that's posting their trips to Hawaii on TikTok or someplace on social media. And you know what? Hawaii people are catching this on TikTok. And guess what the Haole people do? The Haole people are removing their comments from their videos, or they're deleting them, or they're either deleting the video or making them private, and also privating their profiles on TikTok and even on Instagram as well. Not just come here to visit, actually coming here to move here. Okay, this is where I will bring up the fact that you gotta give them the benefit of the doubt, but this case is not the case at all. Only because there's been too many cases where Haole people are always coming over here, and instead of going to where they're supposed to be staying at for the first 14 days of being in Hawaii, they always break that 14-day quarantine lockdown for themselves. Because Haoles think that just because you have a beachfront area that you can stay at or move to, that the beach is actually part of their property. There is no such thing as shoreline private property when it comes to the beaches in Hawaii. Oh, is that why you turned off all your comments, or you made ignorant comments, or you just made your profiles private altogether because you're too much of a chicken shit to actually maybe the possibility of somebody who's gonna see you on the outside and recognize you and beat the shit out of you because of all the ignorant shit that you did? Yeah, I would hide too if I was you. Now, from local people and some other people who are living in Hawaii already, well, the main problem is a lot of you guys are thinking that it's the government trying to control every single thing about us. Honestly, that's true to a certain extent, but it's not like, some of you guys that still think that coronavirus is still a pandemic or a scam. Like, how many local people actually have to come out and say that they actually caught coronavirus, and mild cases or not, it fucking sucked for them. Granted, there were some older cases of patients that said that they had some pre-existing conditions that made their coronavirus condition worse, but then there were some other people who had no pre-existing conditions at all and they still caught it. And so the whole about not wearing a mask thing, going everywhere you need to go, it's like, here's a fucking simple thing. Just put on your fucking mask. I don't care if you try to make an excuse that it's a fucking religious belief, that it's against your religion to fucking cover your face, or saying that you have a medical condition that allows you to be exempt from wearing masks. First of all, I have a coworker who has a lot of problems, and he wears his mask at work almost all the fucking time, as much as I do, and he's a really big guy and he's in his 40s, and he still walking or driving around, still patrolling with the mask on in Waianae sun heat. If that brother can do his job and not have a problem with the mask on and with not restricting his breathing and everything else like that, walking around in a freaking uniform in the sun half of the time, then I'm pretty sure that a lot of you brothers and sisters out there, aunties and uncles that complain about the mask thing, can handle for wearing a mask to go into the grocery store for 20, 25, 30 minutes. Even just use a face shield too. This is still better than nothing. There were some local people that were talking about like, oh, so now they're actually telling families who fish to feed their families that they're trying to control where you go for your food. Says no. All he explained was, even I could catch on to that, and I fucking hate Caldwell. I hate fucking Ige too. Fuck both of them. I commented on this person on that post that was posted on somebody's fucking page. Basically what I commented back to this person on their comment was, why don't you get mad at the people who are pretending to be fishing just so that they can chill at the beach to have a fucking couple beers or hang out or something like that? Or why don't you go off on the people who are overfishing on Oahu? Overfishing is way worse and affects all these fishing families the most, because there's been a lot of overfishing lately on this island alone, and this is the island that doesn't have that much fish in the fucking first place. So if you are a family that goes out to fish to feed your family, you should be mad at every single person who comes back with a whole fucking line of like mempachi or fucking ulua or any fucking kind of fish that you fucking catch out there. You should have like fucking 10 fish to feed like a family of 5. I grew up in a family of 6 and we didn't need that much fucking fish either. And for some of you who might bust this out, don't fucking use the excuse of Kama'aina rights gathering for food and religious, spiritual beliefs and cultural practices and all that kind of stuff. If you're not doing it correctly, if you're not letting the ocean and the land replenish itself before you go out and go take some more again, then pretty soon taking too much, not gonna have too much to have after that in the long run. One of my last complaints about local people. As much as I love a lot of you, some of you guys have to stop complaining about being unemployed. For some specific situations, this is more of a case-by-case kind of thing, but in most generalized cases, if you still haven't tried to find yourself a job and you're expecting to just live off of unemployment for however long this damn thing goes on for, but you're still complaining about not paying bills and everything else that's actually more important than buying beer and hanging out and partying all the fucking time, then you know what? That's your fucking fault. I lost a job in the beginning of March and I found it at the end of March, and I applied for all kind of jobs every single freaking day, and I didn't stop until I got emails back and set up for interviews and all this kind of, the basic process of trying to find another job. And I also went out, I did all the kind of stuff that I needed to do every single day until I found another job, because I know if I was to go for 2 or 3 months, I would not be able to pay my bills and all the kind of stuff would happen. So don't make the excuse that your unemployment check is smaller or you never get unemployment or you cannot find a job if you're not fucking trying in the first place. Anything temporarily to pay your bills, and once your bills is paid, if something else comes up, or if your previous job that you got let go or closed down opens up again, whatever the fucking reason is, then you can go back. But making an excuse that you cannot pay your bills when you're not actively trying to find a temporary job to pay said bills, then that's your fucking fault. And you have nobody to blame but yourself. Yes, there are some people out there who never got an unemployment check and that's something out of their control. But like I said, for specific situations, if you're one of those who actually didn't try to find other ways to make money, then I gotta say, you're a fucking scrub. But anyways, that's all I got to say about this whole damn fucking video. Please let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. If you are a Haole or you are a Hawaii local, and how this whole lockdown and pandemic, everything affects you. And I'm sorry if there's like a lot of local people that might get mad about this, but hey, I'm just telling it like it is. But with all of that being said and done, mahalos for watching. I'll see you guys next time on another episode of Waikmalo Wednesdays. I'm Malika, the Hawaiian Blanca. I spuck. You guys later. Shoots along.
Where is it now? Where did it go? Where has it gone?